Welcome to CN Movies, the show where we review movies, but from a Christian's perspective. I'm the film critic.
And I'm the film watcher.
Nice. Today we're reviewing The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Have you ever seen this movie before?
A few times.
We've seen it like a million times, so this is not news to either of us. But we should probably dive into the story.
It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't.
The first category is the story. Join Lucy, Edmund, Susan, and Peter, four siblings who step through a magical wardrobe and find the land of Narnia. There they discover a charming, once peaceful kingdom that has been plunged into eternal winter by the evil white witch Jadis. I didn't even know what her name was.
They don't say it really in the movie.
Then
Except for one time.
I mean, I read the book and I don't remember that. Okay. Aided by the magnificent lion Aslan, the children lead Narnia into a tremendous climatic battle to be free of the witch's glacial powers forever. And now the stunningly realistic special effects are even more... Oh, then that's just Disney saying how awesome they are. Okay. That's the story. So what'd you think?
Oh, obviously, I love the story. I grew up with the Narnia books and
Obviously,
the
everyone
old,
knew that.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
And the old British version of BBC version of Narnia. We grew up with that too. So I was really happy when this came out and they kind of redid it and it looked awesome and fantastic and I loved it. I think it's awesome. But the story I think is great. Obviously, C.S. Lewis is amazing at creating a world where you connect with and yet at the same time
Oh yeah, we failed to
completely
mention
foreign.
this is a Disney movie based on the C.S. Lewis book. Because this is actually the first book he wrote.
Right.
Out of the 7. Even though technically, chronologically, it's not the first. It shouldn't be the first book, but it's the first one he wrote. So, but there's specific things. I guess that's Christian nutritional value. We'll get there. Huh? So, yeah, but the story was good. I mean, I liked how... In the book, they didn't really explain the war that was going on. But obviously, it was World War II, judging by when it was written. Mm-hmm. So, in the movie, they had an opening scene showing World War II, which gives you proper context for why the children are being sent away. Because they were sent away to their grandfather's house?
No, it was... They weren't related to him at all. They never met him before.
Then how did they get sent to his house? Why his
Children
house?
got assigned to houses in the country. If you lived in London, you were like assigned to places to go. You didn't know.
Not everybody knows that. I wasn't born in the 1940s.
Well, it kind of shows that with the kids, the first kids that they meet, they just meet these random strangers. Mm-hmm. Like they see them through the train, and they see the old couple taking the little kids away. And you obviously don't know. You don't know Mrs. McCready. Like she shows up, and you're like. She says, Pevensey, you're the Pevenseys? Is that all you have brought? And stuff like that.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they could have been related somehow.
No, they weren't related. Never met him before.
The entire plot is original and interesting, which I think you stated.
Yes.
The action scenes are genuinely interesting and are driving the plot forward. They don't have pointless action scenes in here, like people jumping on people's heads and just stuff that just
like
makes no
Hobbit?
sense. Yeah, like The Hobbit. The world of Narnia feels real. Like, I know unless I looked up where this movie was shot, which I think you told me where it was shot. I mean, it feels like Narnia. Like, it looks like, I don't know. Looks like how I imagine it from the books. So they did a good job with that. And my only negative was some slower parts made me feel as if the movie could have been 10 minutes shorter without missing anything. But that was just a personal opinion. That wasn't like actual knock on the movie. The movie's length was fine.
I didn't take any points away from the story. I gave it a 15 out of 15.
Oh, I gave it a 15 out of 15 too. That's why I said that was personal opinion. I actually don't think it's a knock on the story.
It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't.
The next category is characters. Who did you like the most?
I've
Peter,
always
you
been,
love Peter.
No, Lucy's
let's just make out with Peter.
Stop it. Lucy has always been my favorite character. I love Lucy.
Did you just reference the TV show? I love Lucy.
Let me explain. She's cute. She's the only one that
She's
she always believes. She always has faith. She's the one that
she has childlike faith.
Yeah, she has childlike.
Which is Christian nutritional value. We'll get there.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But she's so cute.
Oh, I didn't like her. I put that Lucy is nice and cute, but it's a bit grating due to how young she is. And it's just her, I don't know, that's just me getting her acting, it was really bugging me, man. It wasn't bad, it was just, because she's so young, her voice just annoyed me. But I did like Peter, Susan, and Edmund. I mean, I don't actually like Edmund, but I like his character in the movie because somebody had to play the role.
Well, I've actually grown to like Edmund more because he is kind of relatable because, I mean, all of us have done something that we didn't really like or were ashamed of or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the way Edmund handles it afterwards, like once he realizes his mistake,
Yeah.
you know, he really does his best to try and protect his
Yeah,
family.
it's true. When he sees like Peter getting attacked in the final battle, he
Oh,
by the
yeah.
White Witch, he goes over.
He sacrifices himself.
Yeah,
practically.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how all the brothers and sisters interact with each other. And Aslan is basically Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah. Aslan's just Jesus, but voiced by Liam Neeson.
So it's perfect.
Yeah. Liam Neeson was Qui-Gon Jinn, Aslan, and somebody else. There was another character he did who was like
Like the
basically
spiritual
Jesus.
leader?
Yeah, I don't know. I did say the Ice Queen is kind of one-dimensional. Like, she doesn't have...
just wants
You
to
don't know
go-
what her motivation is. And if you read The Magician's Nephew, you would know, for the most part, what her motivation... I mean, she's Satan. She's the role of Satan, basically.
Well, at the time, he hadn't even written Magician's Nephew, so he
I
didn't
know.
even know what her motivation
Well, when he wrote The
was.
Magician's Nephew, though, he gave you the motivation, because
Yeah.
Magician's Nephew was like the 5th book he
Yeah.
wrote, I think. Yeah, that's right. He goes... Yeah, it's like the 4th, 5th
matter.
book he wrote. Maybe the 6th. I don't know. I just know it's
No.
not the last one. That's all I know.
Yeah.
I think Silverchair was 6. Anyways, we're getting way off topic. The Ice Queen is kind of one-dimensional. Unless you read Magician's Nephew, you don't know what she's really
Well,
about.
she's evil and she wants to kill Aslan and take over the world. I mean,
It's basic. Yeah, it's basic. And for that reason, I give the characters an 8 out of 10. The Ice Queen is one-dimensional, and Lucy bugs me.
I give him a 9 out of 10, mainly because honestly, I think Peter is kind of one-dimensional. I mean, he does have a lot of.
No, Peter...
He's just kind of bland.
He's bland. I'll give you that, but
Yeah.
he's not one-dimensional.
He does have some depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He has flaws and he has his strengths. I mean,
It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't.
the next category is music. I know this wasn't actually in the soundtrack, or it might have been, but it wasn't in the movie. The Reliant K song that they made for this movie was fantastic. And so, but if the movie didn't exist, Reliant K would never made that song.
It's true.
And everything it changed overnight. This dying world, you brought it back to life.
The orchestral music was really good. Yes. Just throughout every scene, including the battle scenes. The only thing I didn't like was the music when they first enter Narnia. It's kind of off-putting with the woman's voice in it.
That's the
Woman's voice.
same song that they play when they start on the train. It's the beginning of the journey song.
I don't
It's
care
like Narnia's theme
when in the
song.
movie it is. It's just, I don't like it with the woman's voice in it. It's great. Just needs to remove the woman's voice. It's so annoying.
I know what they were going for. They're going for like an otherworldly, like really different sound because this isn't, England anymore. This is something different.
This isn't Kansas anymore?
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole different movie. I think we have The Wizard of Oz.
Focus.
We do. It's somewhere.
I liked it. I give him 9 out of 10, but I just lost the one point because you're right. They were really trying to go for something different, and maybe it was a little too much.
Just
I
because
don't
you
know.
try something different doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
always going to work.
I love the music during the hide and seek. The Andrews sisters. That's like probably one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Favorite
I give the music an 8 out of 10. And you said 9 out of 10?
It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't.
Last category is Christian nutritional value.
I mean, this movie has so much.
Let's start with the negatives because I feel like there's less negatives than there are positives.
I didn't have any negatives.
I didn't have any negatives either. Okay, so let's move into the positives. I wonder what the score is going to be.
I guess if you want to say a negative, there's a lot of evil creatures that could be scary for young kids, but
No,
I don't.
definitely not. I think unless your kid's like 4, and even then, like I don't know. Good triumphs evil, and it's I don't think it was. I didn't think it was any scariness at all. I thought family's important as expressed by the guy the magician's nephew, which I wrote down. I forgot what
Professor degree.
Professor. What you said? Yes, I just know him as
Professor Kirk.
He's the magician's nephew from the book. That's all I
Yes,
know.
Yes.
And family is he expressed how important family is when they're like, Lucy's being all and Edmund's all and he's like, look, you guys are family, like, He doesn't even know them, and he's
Yeah.
being, he's like teaching them a lesson. Direct references to Jesus, how he saved us, and Edmund is basically the prodigal son. Jesus was Aslan, and he died for Edmund's sins. I don't know if it counts as everyone's sins in this movie. It was really just Edmund, I guess.
Well, the point was to make it really personal, I think.
Yeah, it was. He died because Edmund messed up.
He would have died if just one person had sinned. Like Jesus would have died if there's only one person that would have sinned.
I mean, you sinned.
Yeah, I know, obviously. I'm just saying.
Oh. Well, now the audience knows you're not perfect.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's upsetting. Yeah, but yes, Aslan died on the table for Jesus, and then the table broke, just like Jesus coming out of the tomb. Only it didn't
Try
take...
that sentence again.
What?
Aslan died on the table. Try that sentence again.
Aslan died on the table, and then the table broke, just like Jesus getting out of the tomb.
Yes.
Okay, what did I say the first time?
You said Aslan died for Jesus.
Look, Aslan died for Jesus. Things happen. It was weird, but yeah. So Aslan is Jesus in this movie, but he didn't take him 3 days to break that table. It took him like 3 hours. maybe.
Overnight, he rose with a dawn.
Yeah, it was like overnight.
Well, I mean, he only
Anyways.
had to die for one person, not the whole world.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just
Okay, that
overnight.
was-
It was okay. And the Ice Queen, even though I said earlier she's one-dimensional, she does play a great Satan role with how she manipulates Edmund. And despite knowing the prophecy, you think she can stop it.
Just like Satan.
Yeah. I mean, Satan knows. Oh, I mean, we assume he knows. The Bible doesn't say Satan knows. He's gonna lose.
I would imagine.
We can imagine. I always thought that maybe Satan like tries to read the Bible. Track me here. He tries to read the Bible, but it's just like gibberish to him. So he doesn't actually know, and so he does all the things anyways. I thought that'd be interesting. You never know. God could do it. He can make Satan not able to know, but Satan quotes the Bible, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's a whole different afternoon. What was the final score for Christian nutritional value?
15 out of 15.
15 out of 15. I don't know what people were expecting.
It's always winter, but never Christmas. It seems this curse just can't be lifted.
The final score.
93 out of 100.
93 out of 100. I gave it a 45 and you gave it a 48. 93 out of 100. So this is our highest scored movie so far.
Yeah.
Above Mulan, which was the previous high score, 87. Or no, 86, I believe. But yes.
Definitely
Chronicles of
recommend
Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe. Check it out if you haven't already. If you haven't, you're a slacker. If you have, you could still be a slacker, I guess. I mean, sitting around watching Narnia all
Don't
day.
listen to him.
Movie's like 11 years old. Like, watch something new. There's 2 sequels. Watch those. Stop watching the same movie all day.
But it's a good movie.
It's a great movie. Check it out on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, Betamax. What other formats are? CDs. They actually, I know,
pretty
viewers
sure
should know
it's
that
not
in
on
China, they really do put movies on CDs, and they're terrible quality. But you can watch them. What?
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Well, people want to know. Anyways. So thank you for watching. Next week, we review Hunchback of Notre Dame. But we'll use the VHS case because it's much nicer. And this one, I think, looks cheesier than the VHS case. But you'll see next week. Subscribe. Bye.